it's Hollie here for PlayStation Access, and it's pretty unsurprising to most of you who know me that I'm so excited because I have not just seen, I actually played Dragon Age Inquisition. It was stunning.
Yeah.
And you even helped me as well. You got me all set up, and it was wonderful. Now, let's talk about the exploration zones, because you said this one was small, but I didn't even touch on it in my playthrough.
The one that you were playing was the Fallow Mire, probably one of our smallest exploration zones. Some of the bigger ones, like the hinterlands, you can fit all of DAO and DA2 into that zone alone. And there's tons of them, so there's lots to do. The game's huge, so you're gonna win.
So when we were walking around, I'm still gonna say my warden because that's a force of habit.
Yeah.
My warden's walking. The character models looked great. I was playing as a female warden, and just that movement, the way the bodies walk and stuff. What's that been like for development?
Well, moving to the Frostbite engine allowed us to do all this kind of stuff. So a gorgeous engine, but our animators work super hard at building all these models, and everything from the attack animations to how they walk. Like the animations for attacking stuff, that we slowed them down, feel heavier, like it's more grounded, feels more real. So Frostbite allowed us to do all that.
Yeah, I think I started off with a sword, and I kind of found some loot, and it was a massive Darkspawn Great Axe, I think, and it was this massive thing, and when you're swinging it, that weight was kind of behind it, and it kind of changed everything up. How do weapons work then? 'Cause will the animations go over? So if I'm attacking with a sword, I guess I've got the same attacks, right?
Yep.
Do the animation switch?
So it's like bladed weapons versus like a mallet will swing differently. If you found a two-handed mace, it's more of like a downward swing versus the swords and axes that are like kind of sideways. So that's all. Yeah, the different weapons do have different animations and stuff. Yeah, they're really happy with that on the animation team. Yeah.
So the UI. Now the UI, especially for the first Dragon Age, was a lot more complicated. You could spend ages flicking through things. This is streamlined. Looks much nicer. Tell us about some of the changes.
It is more streamlined, but you didn't go more into depth. So you could push X, and it brings out all the stats, all the details. Press X again, you can compare the two weapons together, and there are tons of numbers, but if you don't want to look at that, you don't need to. No, they worked on design with that. They wanted to make it more easy, more friendly, but if you wanted to go really deep, you can get really deep.
Yeah, because it's like gauges at the bottom, and you just hover over the item you might want to equip, and it just so the bar will go green. Very kind of Mass Effect.
This one's like, this one's a better for you, but if you're really hardcore and you want to like, well, why is it better? And you can go in and be like, oh, this has 6% stagger chance and more crit. So.
Beautiful. Now, I used tons of new moves. I had like a hook shot almost. I was pulling things in. Do you want to talk about some of the new abilities and attributes as well?
Yeah, it's built all from the ground up. Yeah, there's tons. We have 3 classes with 9 specializations. So tons of different things. Lots of abilities. The trees, they all got reworked and stuff, right? So it's everything from your basic attacks to meteor showers. There's 200 talents and abilities. I could go on forever about them, but yeah, no.
Yeah, that's something we might do on a different video, not
exactly.
today. You've got to get on with work.
You want a deep dive of that kind of thing, yeah.
Now, when I was in the weapons menu, there's a sort of a chance to upgrade.
Yep.
Now, we've never seen that before. What does upgrade mean?
So through the crafting system, not only can you craft like your armor and stuff, but you can then socket it with adding gauntlets and bracers and things like that, so that you apply those to your crafted or found materials, and it adds a bonus to AoE damage or whatever, right? So not only can you craft an absurd amount of things, you can also upgrade them, add enchantments through the runes and stuff like that.
So in the area we were playing in, I was playing around, and you said, this is Velfire. And this is it's something to do with this in every world. Explain Velfire to everybody for me.
Velfire, it's a magical fire, I guess is the best thing, but mages can summon it, and with that you can find runes, and they give you hidden messages. Some of them unlock rune crafting recipes, some of them just give you more information in the area, but it's just something to do when you're out exploring. It's a special magical power in Dragon Age, and it's just another thing, just more things you can do in the game. It's great.
It looks ridiculous. There are so many things, loads of new enemies, and they seem to be much cleverer this time as well. Like I was trying to hook shot what I can only describe as a giant salamander, but I couldn't pull it in. But there were these things coming out of the water that were lighter, and I could. So what kind of ones are you most excited about?
I like the demons. They the ones that are falling out when you fight a Fade Rift fight. They all spawn, and it could be rage demons, envy demons, random. They're all back. Lots of new things, but that was a Gurgut, the big lizard in the bog.
Okay.
Yeah, random names, and of course dragons. They're huge. They're really big. You can attack multiple target, you can target their legs, the things. We have giant trolls. We have more creatures in this game than any of our previous Dragon Ages. So
Now, in the first Dragon Age, it was all about that camp. The camp is where you got to know your teammates, where the romances took place, everyone loved the camp. Now, when I was playing this, I was able to set up a camp kind of out in the field.
Yes.
How is that working? Because then all of a sudden, I was able to rest and sort out my potions and all kind of crazy things.
Yep. So the camps in the exploration zones, exactly, you set them up, you can rest, resupply potions, do a little potion crafting, get some requisition quests and stuff like that. But that's not where you hang out with your followers. So you have a castle called Skyhold, because why not? And that's where you'll be hanging out with your followers, talking with them, chatting with them, and that's where you kind of control the Inquisition, decide where you go next in the game. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. That's incredible. I'd happily let you list all 200, but sadly that's not going to happen. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've got hands on with Dragon Age, so if I was allowed to drop this microphone without Dave yelling at me, I would. But there we go. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel because we have loads more coming up from the world of PlayStation.